Okay, so we're going to be talking about the American Revolution and just doing a quick introduction to it. So, basically, to get it going, European nations were competing with each other for power over each other, very similar to what's going on today. Um, and then Great Britain was far superior in a lot of ways to other countries as far as economically, um, as far as politically, they just had a lot of control. Especially with their colonization of parts of North America, they had a lot of resources. So there was a lot of, arguing going on there. So this was the American Revolution or the Revolutionary War was a war for independence, and it was a war for Americans to become independent from Great Britain. And this war lasted from 1775 all the way to 1783. So it was a very lengthy and very costly war that did ultimately lead to obviously America separating from Great Britain ultimately. So this is kind of a very vague introduction of the causes, but there were two main categories of for the reason that the American Revolution kind of got started. Firstly was war, and secondly was taxes. So the French and Indian War was a rivalry between the French and the British, and the reason it was called the French Indian War was because the French allied with a lot of Native Americans to fight the British for a lot of territory in North America. And then because of this war, it was a 9-year war. Great Britain was in extreme debt from all the fighting. And then the British expected the colonists to pay for protection and to help them fight off that debt simply for being British citizens. And the Americans were very upset about that. So the Sugar Act and the Stamp Act were taxes that Britain imposed on colonists to try to get some of that money back from the war. So with the Sugar Act, they placed a duty on sugar and molasses that was not obtained from Britain. And then the Stamp Act required an official government stamp on everything. And that's about it for the major introduction. There's a lot more causes that will obviously be gone into, but those are just kind of your basic bigger things.